It's a juicy one today, you guys. Ellen DeGeneres is going to end her talk show. That's right, you've heard it. Last year, we saw what looked like a very ugly downfall of Mrs. Ellen DeGeneres. Lots and lots and lots of accusations about a toxic workplace environment at her talk show. Some not very nice things said about her, like really strange and weird and quite aggressive behavior and rules that her guests have to abide by, kind of not acknowledging her guests, only speaking to them on stage, being fairly rude to them off stage. Not to all of her guests, only like some people. And I guess the overall feeling was that, you know, if you're a big celebrity, she's prepared to hang out with you, and if you're not, then she's not really that interested in you. I've also read some stuff that even her audience have like some really strange rules that they have to abide by, like they can't sit next to their friends, lots and lots of stuff. Obviously, we don't know like what's exactly true and what isn't, because you know, there's always going to be that element of people just jumping on the bandwagon. And how true is it? Is it just perception? Is it real? We don't know. So when Ellen came back with her first season after all of this toxic environment stories came out, she did actually address the situation and was kind of like, I take ownership over everything that happens on my show. It's my show. It's got my name on it, etc., etc. And kind of gave quite a fairly pragmatic approach to it, and was basically like, you know, she's still human and she's a work in progress. At her big 60 years old, she's still a work in progress. I guess human beings are always a work in progress, but at that big old age of 60, I think maybe she should have a bit more ownership and know what's happening in her workforce, because it's not like there's millions and millions, you know, well, it would never be millions and millions, but it's not like she's got thousands upon thousands of people lining into her that she literally just can't control all of them all on her own. It's a studio show. It's a studio show. She should have known, or people should at least feel like they can approach her if things are going wrong and that she would then do something about it. But instead, it just hit media headlines and it was quite ugly. So the official line is that they were planning on kind of ending the show anyway, and that this is not a direct result of the kind of toxic environment, rumors and what have you that occurred last year. So apparently she wanted to end the show after season 16 anyway, and she was kind of convinced to carry on, keep going with the show. So they signed up for another 4 years or 3 years. Yeah, something like that. So anyway, she's going to go up to the next season, which would be season 19, and then she's going to stop there. It's been an ugly downfall, not gonna lie, and I'm sure the rumors have potentially been a small factor, at least, in the decision to make sure that the next season is actually the last season, because her views have dropped. She's still getting views, people are still tuning in, she's still getting celebrities kind of engaging with her show and showing her support and what have you. But I guess now they just feel like they're done, and maybe the energy is gone, maybe that kind of fun, happy-go-lucky, making everyone laugh, be kind mentality that she's kind of associated with has now kind of been tarnished a bit. So maybe they don't feel like they can bring it back. But also, I mean, to be fair, she's had a good run. 19 seasons, that's a lot of seasons. And she's had some of the best guests on her show, from regular people who are just doing incredible, amazing things, to really high profile A-lister celebrities, politicians, the works. And Ellen DeGeneres, she is funny. She's got a good wit about her. She's kind of got a good nature to her, or at least she did before all of the accusations came through and we learnt a bit more about her. But she did, when she came back, she said something that was really interesting to me. She basically said that because of her show and because she tries to be nice, she's basically been labelled the be kind lady. And that got me thinking, because I guess sometimes we do put labels on people and then really everything just kind of goes to shit when they deviate away from that label that everyone else has put on them. They didn't put the label on themselves. Sometimes it's other people that put that label on people. And as human beings, we're very complex creatures. Different things, different situations will trigger us in different ways. We're not just one trick ponies. We all have the ability to be happy, the ability to be angry, the ability to be sad, the ability to be frustrated. And that's something that Ellen did talk about when she came back. She was like, I feel all of these different emotions, but because she's the be kind lady, when she's having a bad day, it's like it's a much bigger deal than if she wasn't the be kind lady. And I don't know if her show actually airs on UK television. I watch most of her like clips from her show on YouTube, and I watched a clip quite a few years ago now, I feel like, where Ellen basically came on, and this is before all of the toxic environment stuff came out, or like way before all of that. And she basically came out on the show and sat down and was like, she just addressed the audience kind of directly to them and was like, do you know what? I'm a comedian and I want this show to be like a really fun place, a place that people can watch and really escape their own daily lives, and just for it to be a happy, fun place. And she was basically saying, but sometimes she, as in Ellen, isn't always feeling great. There's things going on in her life that make her sad, make her angry, etc. And it's hard for her sometimes to go on stage and put on her happy face, be funny, and entertain everyone when deep down inside she's feeling a slightly different way. And she basically, they gave this example of why at that moment in time she was feeling really, really sad, and then she started crying on stage. And it was basically about, I think it was like a dog or something. She'd somehow come to acquire a dog. She and her partner couldn't keep it, so they gave the dog to someone that they know, but something went wrong. It wasn't done the way that it was supposed to be done, so the family then had to give up the dog. And it was a whole thing, and she was just really sad because the family fell in love with the dog and then had to give the dog away, and she felt like it was her fault because they just hadn't followed the procedure. It was something like that, I don't quite remember, but she was really sad about it, and she basically just went on stage and was like, I feel really sad today. I feel absolutely distraught because I feel guilty for something that maybe I should have known better. I should have done it right, and it's impacted other people. And now she's expected to be this really fun-filled, light-hearted entertainer on stage, and just acknowledge the fact that she just wasn't feeling it on that day, but she was going to do her best to be the entertainer that everyone wants her to be. And I thought that was really interesting, especially when you put it in conjunction with what she was saying when she made her return on her current season. She kind of talked about all of those things and how, she's just this be kind lady. That's how everyone sees her and has labeled her, and sometimes it's hard to live up to that, especially if she's not in a good mood or she's going through something, and to her sometimes it feels like she can't have a bad day, or she can't have members of the public or paparazzi or the media or whatever it is see her in any other way than this fun-filled, happy-go-lucky, be kind lady. And that's not to justify anything that she's ever done. It's not to justify the toxicity that's happened on her show. I completely said that wrong. I know. It's not to justify anything that's happened, but more so to kind of highlight the fact that people do go through things, and sometimes you're labeled one way and It's something else. So whether that has now impacted the end of the show or not, who knows? I can't imagine that it hasn't played a factor in one way or another, because it's been a fantastic show, and I read somewhere that she makes like $50 million a year off the show. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but it wouldn't surprise me if she does make, like, I mean, she definitely makes good money, right? She's Ellen DeGeneres, like one of the most popular talk shows in America, at least. And I mean, could they have gone on? I don't know. Has the damage been done? Does she feel like her reputation has been tarnished? Um, Probably, but at the same time, like I say, she's had a good run, 19 seasons. That's a lot of seasons. Maybe she's running out of ideas. Maybe she's getting mature, shall we say? She's getting a little bit older. Maybe she's ready for retirement and just to sit back and chill and enjoy the fruits of her labor. She's had a long, long career. She's gone through her ups and her downs, and maybe now she feels like last year's accusations and everything that came out, be it true or false or exaggerated or not, who knows? But maybe she just feels like now is the time to put an end to the show. Maybe with the views declining, she's just worried that it's going to hit rock bottom and she wants to tap out before they get there. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's been such a great show. Maybe it's a case of let's quit while we're ahead, because we can see the downfall starting to occur. Let's not let the numbers get too low. Let's not let the reputation destroy it too much that the legacy of the show is then completely tarnished. And I wonder if, they must have taken that into consideration. I just can't see how you wouldn't be able to take that into consideration, because it is such a popular show and the views have declined. It would be risky to drag it on too long just to see if they can still claw the figures in or if the numbers continue to decline. It will be interesting to see how many tune in to the next season, like when things have calmed down a bit, when maybe people have forgotten a little bit about what happened. I feel like maybe people tapped out because of the rumors, but maybe they'll kind of miss her or will calm down from what they've heard and seen. I don't know. Maybe she'll find a way to regain herself. I don't know. But it would be interesting to see what kind of views that she gets in the next season, if they remain on the lower end the way that they have been since she returned, or whether it can go back up. Maybe it will claw back up a little bit because people know now that this is going to be the last season. And if they know it's going to be the last season, maybe the production team will put a little bit more oomph into it just to make sure they really go out with a bang. Maybe people will tune in just because it is the last season. Let's just see what they do, see what happens, curiosity. But yeah, it's the end of an era for Ellen DeGeneres. So I don't know if she's going to do anything else. Because obviously she still is a big personality. She still does have support from celebrities who, if Ellen was to do anything else, maybe a podcast, who knows? She can do that at her own luxury and not have to worry about a big production team, not have to worry about whether there's a toxic environment or not. Maybe it's something that she can control, have a tight-knit group on, and really control it, and have just even be able to do it from the comfort of her own home. Who knows? But even if she did take that route and do a podcast, like I say, there's a lot of celebrities out there who are still supporting her and would join her, and she still has that entertainment value. She's still good with words. She's still good with putting that comedic touch on different situations, whether it's pop culture, celebrity lifestyle, her own experiences, talking about what's going on in the world, highlight or bring awareness to that. She still has that power, she still has that following, and she still has that way with words where she can bring an audience in and engage them. So who knows what she'll do next, or if this is it. Maybe she'll just retire and live a life of luxury because she can. She's got the big house, she's got the animal, she's got her partner Portia. She's I mean, they're married, aren't they? They're married, so it's her wife Portia. She's got the money. I don't know if she gets anything in like royalties or anything. I don't know how it works. I'm sure she's probably investing as well to make her money make more money. So she's in a good spot. It's not like she's done and dusted. It's not like it's completely over. She's not gone bankrupt or anything like that. So who knows what she'll do next. But for now, it is the end of an era as far as the Ellen DeGeneres talk show goes. I wonder who will come next. Like, who's the next big talk show host, like daytime talk show host? Who will that go to now? It does kind of leave the spots open. Who could it be? Like, Kelly Clarkson has her own talk show. Does she have what it takes to be the next Ellen? I don't know. Who else could do it? It's big shoes to fill, that's for sure. I wonder what the plan there is. Maybe one of the late night talk shows will try and take that spot as the daytime talk king or queen of talk show hosts goes. I know there was talk of maybe James Corden taking over from her spot and having his own daytime talk show host, because a lot of these guys, they have their late night shows, but is there one king of late night talk shows? I don't know. So maybe one of them will try and break away and be the daytime king or queen. Who knows? But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Ellen DeGeneres situation and the end of her show. Are you happy to see the end of the talk show? Do you think there's more to it than they've let on? What do you guys think? Let me know. Let me know, because it's an interesting one, isn't it? And I've always enjoyed watching her. Like I say, I only really watch her on YouTube, the clips that they put online there. I don't know if anything is ever shown on UK television. But I've always really enjoyed watching her. I think she is funny. I think sometimes her jokes are taken the wrong way. Maybe sometimes she goes too far, but you can say that about a lot of comedians. Sometimes they just kind of really tread that thin line and get to a point where some people will see it as a joke, but other people will say, oh no, I don't like that, she's gone too far, or he's gone too far. But for the most part, she's always just really remained quite light-hearted. And yeah, it's the end of an era. Bye-bye to Ellen DeGeneres, and we'll see what comes next. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and until next time, I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.